Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the middle of August of 2022, and not only are we getting a lot of new announcements in the coming months by Disney and Lucasfilm, but we also have Star Wars Andor on the horizon, as well as The Bad Batch Season 2, as well as Tales of the Jedi this fall. That's really going to make up a lot of the new Star Wars TV shows, so to speak. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing that a lot of Star Wars fans have been very curious about is exactly what's been going on between FAVREAU, Filoni, and Lucas, and exactly what they have planned for the future universe. Now, they are pulling and cherry-picking a lot of elements from Star Wars Legends and really taking that into the Disney canon to see exactly how they can equalize everything and really make things work for the fans. They want to make sure that they can really deliver to the fandom of the original vision of George Lucas and exactly what he did back in the 1990s by approving all of those great stories as well as the early 2000s. Now, moving to where we are now, alright, there's been a lot of projects that have been going a little south, you know, based on what Disney executives have been actually calling the shots on and what Disney CEO Bob Chapek has been actually, you know, making happen behind the scenes. I mean, there's a lot of things happening between Disney and Lucasfilm creatives and Kathleen Kennedy losing more creative power over the Acolyte, which we talked about a couple of days ago. There's a lot of things, you know, progressing as we speak for the Star Wars franchise, and I do believe that it's looking brighter and brighter with every project that FAVREAU and Filoni are about to create throughout next year and 2024. Now, with that being said, however, with both Disney and Lucasfilm prepared to make some big reveals at this year's D23 and Disney Plus Day, even they are actually working closely with FAVREAU and Filoni on new Star Wars TV shows for the fandom around the globe. Now, it's described, however, that as of now, Disney is canceling a major character from the roadmap of the Star Wars universe. This is described to be the character Reva from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show that got tons of criticism on Disney+. However, for the past number of weeks now, Disney executives and Bob Chapek, the CEO, have been canceling any further appearances of Reva for the future of Star Wars. And now, it's described that Moses Ingram was asking for over double her pay for the Reva Star Wars TV show that was in the works for a couple of months before Disney decided to cancel it altogether. The real reason behind the scenes as to why the Reva series was canceled by Disney had a lot to do with Moses Ingram demanding for a more than double pay upgrade, as well as Disney, of course, having a lot to do with Moses Ingram actually creating troublesome effects for the series. Realizing the backlash of the character as well played a factor, and how she was written into the Kenobi TV show, especially after Hasbro got no backers on the Reva lightsaber product. This eventually formed into an actual situation in which Chapek decided to cancel the show, which is going to be called the third sister for the streaming service. Now, another reason why they canceled the Reva series also had a lot to do with the fact that Kathleen Kennedy was going to use this show as a platform to introduce endless retcons to George Lucas's vision in the Reva series for the Star Wars brand. This is something that Bob Chapek did not want to deal with and decided to have a meeting with the executives to pull the series all together. Now, let me just stop right here for 1 second. Now, the thing about this, we talked about this lightly a couple of weeks ago about the Reva TV show, is that there were a lot of complications coming out of the series for numerous reasons, and one of which had a lot to do with the fact that Moses Ingram here actually was demanding a lot more pay for her very own show. Now, we're not quite sure exactly how much she got paid for the Kenobi series. I wouldn't imagine it was that much money. I don't even think it was $1 million, to be honest. We'll have to wait and see. But she wanted more than double the pay for her own show. Some fans will say, okay, that's fine, that's understandable. Other fans may believe that that's a very large increase in pay because, let's face it, Disney did not want to go over budget with this project, specifically because it was going to be a one-time limited show, the Reva Star Wars show. It was going to focus on the origins of the character, how she became the third sister, how she got into the whole Inquisitor gang, and everything related to the Empire, and how she really made her way into becoming that, as well as a story that features post-Obi-Wan Kenobi content. Now, on top of this is where things begin to pick up quite a bit, is that actor Ewan McGregor, very surprising, was also going to make a cameo in the show at some point as Obi-Wan in order to set up a Kenobi universe. However, that all has now changed, and Disney is focusing on a second season of Kenobi instead that will be treated as a soft reboot where it won't really acknowledge past events, nor will it retcon anything per se on a major scale. Now, Kathleen Kennedy is best described to be very offended over Disney canceling the Reva series, and is fighting to get the show back on the roadmap of Star Wars. However, Disney executives are turning their backs on her and not listening to her demands at all, since she was only going to create further problems with the series that would erase some of Lucas's vision in the process. Now, further, it's noted that Ewan McGregor was also signed on as an executive producer and quit the series before Disney even canceled it altogether, which would give hints that Ewan actually knew the series was going to be a mess for the entire fandom. So here's the thing about this. The thing about Ewan McGregor being an executive producer on the Reva series and actually quitting before Disney pulled the project, I think is a very telltale sign that Ewan McGregor secretly just does not like the character of Reva and how poorly written she really was. Now again, this is nothing personal against Moses Ingram. This is nothing against her on a personal level at all, and I think that's one thing that a lot of people over at Lucasfilm get mistaken with. It's not that the fans are having issues with her as a person, or maybe even as such as her as an actor or actress. It's that the character was very poorly written and executed in the TV show by Joby Harold, which, by the way, the Reva series was also going to be done by Joby Harold. It would have been a complete disaster, if you guys want my honest opinion and 2 cents on that. To have Joby Harold come back for a Reva spinoff, I don't see how that would really fly. I don't see how it was going to work, and I'm actually surprised that they were even planning it in the long run, and how it eventually just caused more issues behind the scenes. So this was going to involve Kathleen Kennedy, and at no surprise, Kathleen Kennedy was going to introduce a lot of retcons, a lot of, I guess you could say, resets of George Lucas's philosophy. And they attempted to do that in the Kenobi show to some extent, as you can see, and they wanted to really do that to their maximum level in the actual Reva show, because it was going to have a lot of power done by Kathleen Kennedy, she was going to have a lot of creative influence, and Joby Harold was attached. So let's face it, it really would have been probably a very, mess of a situation for Disney and Lucasfilm if they were to put the show out, and I think it would have only harmed the character even more. So overall, I think that at the end of the day, everything related to the Reva series getting cancelled, I think that at the end of the day too, is that when you look at a character like this, it needed more depth. She needed a lot more depth in the Kenobi series. It was not right to just throw the character in a very short 6-part show. Originally it was supposed to be 9, Ewan McGregor confirmed this, and that they had a lot more in store for the footage that was deleted for the Kenobi series that could have made up more episodes. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.